record. Awesome. Well, welcome, girlies, to another Free the Best You Sunday Soul Sessions. It's so gorgeous to see your faces as you're all jumping on. And it feels like it's been ages now. We're circulating the calls between the 4 different mentors, and we're doing all our calls fortnightly. It feels like forever ago since I was able to chat with you girls and bring another key leader on. And tonight, as you'll see, we've got our beautiful girlie on the call with us, and it is just so exciting to bring you this lady. I know heaps of you girls know Mara. I know quite a few of you girls might not, but it is such a joy always when we have Mara on the call. So we're so blessed. And for you guys who may not yet know Mara, Mara is one of our Start ambassadors, and she's got the biggest heart in the way of leadership. I've never known you, Mara, not to say yes to helping. You've always jumped on our calls in the past. You always bring and give so much heart, and for that we're so grateful. And that's absolutely everything that I know I personally want to bring into my role when I become a Start ambassador. So it's so great to have you here on this call. Thank you so much. Aww. Beautiful lady.
That's so sweet.
Oh, don't cry yet. The tears come later. We always cry now. Yeah. And I was telling Mara about you girls, and I was telling her about how you are all a part of this very, very exclusive women's only running for executive and beyond as we go to creating our 6 figures and beyond coaching program, which is Free the Best You. So yeah, we're going to get right into it. I know there will probably be some more girls jumping on, because we've got 20 girls in the group, Mara, as we go. So awesome. Yes, welcome, and thank you so much for jumping on with us. It looks like a sunny day over in Aussie, wherever you are, if you're in Aussie.
Yeah, I am. It's so hot right now. It's 31 degrees we had today. So I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the best autumn ever. Like, yes. Hell yeah.
You can live with that. Yeah, you can definitely live with that. Yeah. Oh, well, it's so much value. These girls jump on our Free the Best You girls. They love to jump on these calls and really hear from key leaders in Isagenix, female leadership, who lead with soul, who lead with heart, who lead with so much passion. And I know everybody on this call really aspires and already leads from that place, which we all love. That's why we circulate and work so powerfully together. So if we can start right at the beginning, Mara, I'd love for us to just go through a bit about your story about before Isagenix and what was life like for you? Because I know you've got such a powerful story with your family and arriving in Aussie and everything, life. It would be great to just hear some background.
Thanks, Kareem. Well, firstly, thanks so much for trusting in me to say anything of value today on this call. One thing I do know, if I'll just kind of get the feel of the group, and I'd rather you girls were just ask me what I just love to ask people normally, hey, what frustrates you most right now? And let's just get straight into that stuff. So I'll tell my story real quickly, but to basically make it as I guess as something that you guys can recognize within your lives, is I was always a very, very ambitious, hardworking girl, moving from Romania to New Zealand for a couple of years. And then from New Zealand, Dad had a job opportunity and we moved to Australia, which was amazing. Not that New Zealand wasn't amazing, but economically it was a lot better for us to go to Australia, and Dad worked in the mines. So I've just had this like pretty much, well, the start in Romania, and then another brand new start in my life in New Zealand, and the third brand new start, and I'm talking proper fresh start where you don't know anyone, and you've got nobody's help when you move into that country. And I was with Australia in 2007, and I went to uni, and I guess I just made friends along the way. Worked my bum off to get in one of the best art schools. I went to WAPA, where Hugh Jackman went, where Heath Ledger went. I got into, like, out of thousands of people, into music theatre school. And I also did my degree in journalism and broadcasting, which I was so passionate about. So I was absolutely mad. I was literally doing 10 units full-time university, like out of 2 universities, 10 units per semester. I was crazy. I literally felt like, holy crap, I've arrived in heaven and I have to give it everything I've got. Always seen my parents work really, really hard. So I just always felt like, wow, like the only thing I need to do is just work my bum off in school. And so I was also very confident. I guess I grew up with my parents just pouring so much love in me. I'm an only child, so all I know is me, me, me in that sense. So they supported me with everything I wanted to do, whether it was singing or acting or school or languages. And so when I came here, yes, I worked my bum off and I was definitely worthy of, I felt like a really good job or position after university. But I was, I was also very confident. So I really felt like I could bring in a lot of fun, skill, teamwork. I knew I could speak a couple of languages and that was really good. I knew I had a really good spirit and anyone would like that in a workplace. But the problem was after I finished university, I just got stuck into this like, well, I ended up thinking, holy crap, like the real world, this is the real world. And everything I got promised in university, like, yes, as a journalist, you'll be the voice of the people and you'll know you're like, you know, you'll have this important job. It was nothing like that when I ended up getting a job that wasn't even paid because I had to build my portfolio. Because with a lot of like jobs that are like that, you have to, whether it's acting, journalism, a lot of stuff you need to build portfolio and experience. You're not even paid. So I was then working for 2 more years after university for free, and then working part-time and casual jobs, doing all those promo jobs with like smell this perfume in the like in the shopping center, just working my ass off to actually work full-time at the television station. So it's like mad. Even now thinking about it, I can't believe I did that. So went through all of my savings just so I can get, you know, a couple of show reels out of it. And I just kind of lost hope in myself. I was like, I can't, you know, I just started believing that it wasn't possible. It was so hard. It was an industry I couldn't get in. It was like, I ended up getting an admin job and I got so my brother started broadcasting and journalism. Okay, that's awesome. I'll give you some tips on that now. And I lost my passion for it because all I could talk about every single day was either politics, cancer, domestic violence, something crappy that happened. And it was like out of 10 pieces of news that I would report on or talk about, one was maybe happy. And you guys know me, like I'm like this bubbly happiness, jumping up and down. And so for me to talk about that stuff every day was like sucking the soul outside of me. So I honestly, I was like, this can't be. I'm like, give me the getaway job and I'll be happy. But this is not working for me. So that's kind of how that's how I ended up going into the admin job, which was like, for me, I was like, oh my God, yes, it's paying the bills. I was so grateful for every dollar. And I had learned so much in that job that I'm actually right now so grateful for, because it really taught me how to be a lot more organized. But my God, every day was a drag. So when Jacob at the time was training me, he was my personal trainer, when he told me about Isogenics, and I kind of went to an event, saw Peter talk, and for me, it was this like light bulb, but in a really weird way. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, no freaking way. Nah. This cannot be this easy. I mean, you're telling me I busted my bum off in university writing every second week 3,000 word essays and on things I wasn't even had any interest in, and then worked my ass off for 2 years for nothing. And then you're telling me that all I have to do, which I'm already doing because I'm perving on people on Facebook already daily, like admiring their lives or whatever. And you're telling me that all I need to do is post a before and after, or tell them I'm eating this yummy shake and I can make a little side hustle out of this? Hell no. Nah, this can't be possible. So for me, having worked so hard, having everything that I've done was slightly, not super complicated, because it wasn't like Bianca here did freaking like what she studied. Like, I would not do that, you know what I mean? Or like my mom, dentistry, like hell no. Like my mom was like, hell no, you're not going into medicine school. Like, you're too pretty for that. Go and do something else. It's like, don't waste your time. But that's when the penny dropped for me, because you guys have to understand, for me, I was like, okay, I'm already talking. Like, us women, we talk way too much. Like right now, like my mouth just won't stop talking. I love people. I loved food. I love talking about food. I'm remain like I just had a massive lunch. I love talking about food. I love talking about health. I love talking about health. I love being healthy. I was like, I can tell anyone I'm having a yummy chocolate shake and I feel great. Come on, that's a lot easier than sitting down on a chair for 8 hours making someone else's dream come true. I can be in control of how many people I can message. Holy crap. So that means I can be in control. So that means if I put in more work, I get paid more. Wait, no, this cannot be real. So you guys, when I had, it's true. Like I literally went, it was like a click. It was in my head. It was in my soul. And it was the rebel inside of me that was like, this is it for me, at least for now. At least for now. Like I just saw it as, didn't see ISA like, oh my God, this is my life. I just saw ISA like, you know what? I feel bloody great. And you're telling me that I'm doing already something. I'm already on social media. I'm already talking to people. I'm already recommending stuff. Why not? So all I would ask myself, and Peter used to say that, like, why not? Fine, you know? And so something really then important happened to me again, which hadn't happened since maybe year one in university, which was, I finally like started like maybe I can now think of like maybe buying a house or like helping my parents or like, because up until then I completely lost. I was like, you know, I was asking my parents for money and I was like this and that. That's no shame in it. Like, God, like I've got friends that still, that's no shame in that. That's awesome. It's just that I wanted so much more and I felt like I put in so much freaking effort my whole entire life, and then just to end up in that was heartbreaking for me. I felt like I was a disappointment. I felt like I was worth so much more, but then in the same time I got so freaking comfortable with being in that admin job, with just having that 40K a year. You know, it's like the changes from then to now, which is 40K every like 1.5 months, it's every 2 months, depending if I have a big month or not. It's like crazy. Like, what the hell? Like,
Mara, that's just
right?
so powerful. And like there's been boom, 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 just amazing.
I was like, wait, let's go in. Like,
let's get going. Come on.
Is
come
everyone awake?
They should be. And there's a few
Okay.
things that I just wanted to really highlight and identify from what you shared there, because there's so much within that so many people can just start to pull from and apply to their own life and their own journey. Number one, just having that grit, that inner grit. And I know Kathy Coover talks about having grit all the time, and whenever she says it, it gives me goosebumps, because I'm like, that is really what this is about. It's having that inner grit and that feeling and that drive of just knowing that this is what we do. You know, this is
that
what
starts coming in as well a little bit later. I feel like the grit, because you kind of start, like, if there's any newbies in here, like just consultants or managers, you're finding that, you know, you're getting noticed a bit more with what you're doing, perhaps with Isogenics. Maybe you're posting different things on your Facebook, so friends are starting to notice, or acquaintances. And that's when you're starting, the grit thing is when you're realizing that, okay, from this moment on, and this is probably been my life's like lesson, and I'm still like, this is a learning process, girls. Like, holy crap, like I think we'll always deal with this, but like seriously, we care way too much what other people think. Like, why do we do this? And I laugh about it, but I mean, we all do it. But it's with this journey of Isogenics, that's why it's called self-development course, but you get paid whilst you're starting to become the best version of yourself, because that's been my biggest thing. And I remember this is how I really had another, like, I just keep getting this like light bulb throughout my Isogenics journey, and you guys will still have them. And I think we're going to continue having them even when we reach millionaire. I think we're still going to have those aha moments, because they keep coming. But the second one was probably having to do with the grit, which was like, and you know, people started noticing what I was doing and what I was posting, and a lot of people didn't like it. A lot more people didn't like it. And that's when I had to go back and think, okay, what decision, how do I want to feel about this? How do I want to feel about this? Because I'm feeling good in my body. If I feel good, I feel good sharing this with someone else. And I really feel good with that extra $250 that came in my ISA wallet, because that's not only paid for groceries, but paid for my car, for my petrol, which used to be like coins, like $10 coins, like filling it up, like, you know what I mean? And so for me, it was such a big difference. And I was like, okay, well, that really felt good. So do I want to share that? Is someone else worthy of knowing about this? Or is it just, am I just going to keep this as a secret? The other thing came with people starting to be like, oh, you're selling to friends and everything. And I'm like, you know, to be honest, I really feel like the messenger. I feel like someone's got a problem and then I can just tell them about the solution. I'm not your salesperson. I'm not holding on to this product. The product comes to your house from this warehouse. I'm not taking your money. It's all online. Like, I just loved explaining that to the person. Now I'm like, I kind of consider myself the messenger. I just tried it, have a go. I'm just telling you about this opportunity. So I really, really love that. And the other thing that came in, it was something my parents told me a while back, way before I even started my Sugenics journey. And it came back like through my subconscious somehow, like later on when I started ISA. And it was like, when we were leaving, I think, Romania in 2005. And I was like, you know, my mom had her own practice, dentistry practice. My dad was like high up as an engineer. So we were fine. Like, we didn't leave because it was a money thing. It was more like we wanted adventure and they wanted a better future for myself, which was not in such a corrupt Eastern European country. So they said, you know, because I said, well, but why are we going? And they said, well, you know, Mara, like, we want more. We want more for our lives. And we see this vision of being in like a beautiful place that is, you know, that's got good Medicare and it's got wonderful nature and all of this stuff. And we want you to have wonderful opportunities in your life. And at the end of the day, and this is what really got me, our friends are our friends and they love us, but they're not going to be able to also buy us food and pay for our mortgage and make sure that you have plenty of opportunities in your life. They're not going to be in our heads when we have a headache or we go to sleep worrying about tomorrow. They're not going to live in our bodies to feel when we have a tummy ache. They're not going to be there to work an extra hour for you to make your dreams come true. Your friends are there to support you and to love you. Maybe sometimes they won't support you, they won't agree with you, but your friends will not live your life. So you have to do what you have to do to make your life freaking amazing. And it came years when I started ISA and I was like, this is exactly that. Oh my God, you guys are like, amen, preacher, was making me cry. It's like, you guys, we need to stop caring what other people think. No one is going to live your life for you. No one is going to make sure you have the ideal life apart from you. No one. And so with this opportunity and this vehicle, and as women, my goodness, honestly, what is easier than just something that we're already doing so naturally, so beautifully? We're always helping each other out as women. We're always recommending something. And I was thinking like, holy crap, this in the world that we live in with social media and everything, I'm like, I got to stop caring about what other people think. And I got to actually do the opposite and show them what's possible. Because maybe if I freaking show them what's possible, they will start believing in themselves. Because that's why people will say, maybe, you know, it's because basically they just don't believe it's possible for them. Because for so long, we've all been so limited in what is possible for us. And I'm talking starting from school. I never got taught how to manage money. I never got taught how to think outside of the box. I just got taught biology, physics, and chemistry. So I thought I was going to go and study psychology. Thank God I ended up in New Zealand, which really opened up my artsy brain. And I then felt like, far out, like I'm not good for that. I need to be in front of people. I need to express myself. I need to talk. I need to do media. And that's what I really loved. So the grit thing, if you get anything out of the whole thing, is just remember what my parents said when we made the really big move of pretty much changing hemispheres. And yeah.
It's so juicy what you're sharing as well around that choice on how we're left feeling. Everything. And I couldn't feel more blessed that Isogenics has gifted us the freedom of choice, and we choose how we get to feel about the responses that people give back. And it might not feel like that at the time, especially when we're wrapped up in ourselves as what they're going to think, what are they going to say, what if they say no, you know, all this stuff, because we're sitting here with ourselves. But yeah, that what you were sharing there about, you are the messenger, you're a solution provider. Therefore, it doesn't matter if you go, hey, Jimmy, I really want to share this system with you. And he says, no. And you go and do a crazy dance, right? We've all done that at David Wood. And if we haven't, we've got to do it more often, because it's so important to remove this about being from ourselves. And that really landed so powerfully. Choice about how you feel, how you're left to feel. You're not left to feel X, Y, Z. And so these girls are our Free the Best You girls that are on this call, Mara, are all women who have gotten to manager and beyond, who have really chosen to, they've got a massive vision for themselves and their life, and they've all chosen that they want to take part in our step-by-step curriculum to six figures and beyond. They've all got a vision for their life that they're wanting
and
to
it's every single person on this call can do it, and so much more. And even then, we've got the guideline and everything to six figures, but like, you guys, that is still so limited, because I know freaking very well what's possible. Like, it's possible way beyond six figures. And so I don't know if I could connect this to something. Another thing that I realized, I learned this again from uni, from going to WAPA, is a lot of the times we put these, as women, we're way too hard on ourselves. And I know this because we're like, oh, well, this week I didn't enroll someone, or this week I didn't do anything. And then we get into this blame thing. And then, so all of this stuff. But here's the thing, what I really learned from uni, and I did this without really knowing I was doing it. I just kind of started Isogenics, and I thought, okay, I looked at the millionaires and I was like, okay, well, how do they look like? What's their posture? When they talk about Isogenics, how do they talk about? And then I was like, you know what? We used to do this in acting. So let's pretend. So all of us on this call right now, as you're sitting on your seat, pretend we're Emily and Hayden Vavra, right? If you guys know them. Anyway, pretend you're an Isogenics millionaire, right? Now, don't think of the money. Just think of like, hell yeah, tomorrow wake up, whatever. Okay, because that's a lot easier than thinking like, this week I'm going to make 30 grand. That's a bit, that's a bit wacky. So let's just think tomorrow we wake up at any time we want and go and have our smashed apple on toast, because everyone loves that, right? And you kind of think like, okay, cool. So if I approach someone at the cafe, how would I talk to them about Isogenics? I'm going to tell them that this is freaking possible for every human being, and they should give me a call. Not now, because I'm about to eat my smashed avo, which is really, important to me. But I'll be like, let me get your number, or get my number, and please call me, and I will show you every single step of how you can achieve this. How would your posture be? Hell yeah, you walk in there thinking like, I love life and life loves me, baby. And I kind of got into this, like, this is what I used to do in acting, right? Where you prepare for a character. But why don't we do this now? So you guys are going for exec, six figures. Why don't we speak? Why don't we act? Why don't we have this posture of being there already? You guys, if you are not doing that now, and you're coming from this like, oh, I'm like, it's not going to have the same effects. Everyone future pacing it as well, but understanding it's not like an ego confidence. It's not like that. It's kind of like, look, I'm not there yet, but I have seen hundreds of people go onto that stage, and I'm going to be there in a year or two, whatever. And I know what is possible. And I know exactly the system the exact system I'm following that you can follow, and you can do it in whatever time you want to do it. You don't have to do it as fast or as slow as me. You can do it in whatever time you want. And that's when I go into examples like Sammy and Brett, Sammy G and Brett, because they've, with 5 kids have done it faster than anyone, right? And they had 5 kids under like, what, 10? Like, crazy. I mean, I can barely do it. I'm like single. I don't even have a guy to worry about. Like, holy crap. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they did it with 5 kids, millionaire in 1 year. So seriously, the posture and the thing you've got to have now, not in an ego type way, like, but in a way that if you don't get out today out of this house and truly know what Isogenics can do for you, if you're not proud to represent the company, this is where I would advise you to start. Perhaps you need to really read into what amazing people Kathy and Jim are. Apart from like, I party with them and they're just like the best. Like, they're the best people. I swear to God, I can't believe it. Like, they're just amazing. So walking out this door every day, I'm like, far out. Like, I represent a company that now circulates $1 billion a year in helping people with health solutions all around the planet. we're doing everything with so much integrity, and all I am doing, and I'm just a messenger of love. I'm just a messenger of like this beautiful solution for someone. And that's what you want to think about, is like, what if Corinne didn't tell you about this? What if Bianca didn't tell you about this? Will you be pretty pissed off? Let me tell you, like, I would be right now pretty pissed off if Jacob didn't have the guts, and he almost didn't have the guts because he was the shyest guy ever. He still is. But my God, I would have been so pissed off if I didn't get on the IC train 5 years ago. I would have been really pissed off right now. I'd be like, well, like, what have I done in the last 2-3 years? Travel the world. Probably wasted more time than I should have, but that's another story. Maybe another call we could do.
I think you just touch on, and you really display with your life how you can do this at the pace that you choose, how you don't have to do things one way because someone is. Like, there is so much freedom, again, choice, that Isogenics really brings to everybody, right? You really get to choose, hey, you know what, I want to go and spend a summer in Romania with my family, and I'm going to hop over to the UK. You know, it was so amazing to watch what you got to do with the work that you really, really worked hard in achieving for 2 to 3 years before that, which is, and I think that's something that everybody can get really, really present to on the call, is that, yes, we are all wanting, we're all growing to executive and beyond. And it's not the only person you want to improve on is yourself the day before, right?
Yeah.
That is literally, how did you, so being that you worked pretty closely.
Actually, let me just say this about executive, because we want you all guys to get to executive, because it's just the best place to be in. Not only the highest rank within Isogenics, but it's, you know, you get extra bonuses, and you know, it's really when they would say they would consider you pretty much a leader. It's just an official way of, but it's not, it doesn't have to be that. Like I said, I'm a big rule bender. I'm not really big on the official stuff. If you know me, I'm a bit wacky like that, but that's okay. Again, one of our values is free to be me. Free to be me. That's why some people go on stage in heels and some go without shoes on, and that's so okay. We're not about flashing our watches and cars, like. So, but what is executive? Executive is 10 people who want to eat for free every month. That's it. Okay, let me say that again. 10 people who are struggling right now, either with money or food, and they want to, and would help them enormously to eat for free every month. 10 people that want to eat for free every month. That's it. Look, I know, I don't want to sound like, but why are we making it so complicated? What if I get Kelly, and then, hi Kelly, it was nice to meet you too. I didn't respond. And why don't we get Kelly and be like, you know, and Kelly's got a best friend and a friend from work and someone from school and someone next door in the neighborhood and that, and then they have the family. So why don't they start off the husband and the auntie and the kid and the neighbor as well, and the dog if he wants some too. I mean, dogs love the shakes too. And then what if, right? Like, that's it. It's 10 people, and it's, you know, it's like we limit ourselves so much, either people we know or like, you know, like what if, and look, the numbers are pretty right as well. So to start off someone, you're probably looking at speaking to about 10 people. If you're just sort of starting out, sometimes you get a bit better, it gets 1 out of 8, maybe 1 out of 5 people. Especially if they've started seeing stuff, they've been following you for the last couple of months, a year or so, 2 years. Some people are still starting now after 2 years of watching me. They said, a girl said last week, yes, after 2 years of watching me, she's like, finally, you know what, finally, I want to give it a go. I'm like, hallelujah, like, I've been waiting, whatever. Great. Awesome. Let's have the best 30-day experience with you. Awesome. She's freaking loving it. She's like, why didn't I go faster? But we're overcomplicating it, and you got to think big with this. No one is limiting you guys to how many people you can access. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you any excuses with that, but You can join a freaking Facebook group that's got more than 50,000 people in it. There's things like that online. One group, there's groups just 5,000 people, 10,000 people. And I'm not saying going there and just rampaging about isogenics, but you can make a post. Let's say it's a yoga group and say, oh my goodness, I also love yoga. I've tried vinyasa, but I'd love to try Bikram and hot yoga. Any recommendations where to go in Auckland, Hamilton, Christchurch, Mount Maunganui, wherever everyone is in New Zealand? It doesn't have to be complicated. And then you make friends. And out of all these groups, so what we do is just like, we just either follow up so much with the same people that are just not sure or whatever, but there's so many people out there that really require your help. They're like, they can't wait for Alice to like help them with this. They can't wait for Linda, for Bridie, who else we got here? Nadia. They're like waiting for you. Laura, Rachel, they're waiting for you to say, please help me. There's people out there that are truly, truly struggling, especially in New Zealand. Like, I've lived there. I know how it's like, especially money-wise. I ask people, like, would it help you if I showed you how to get your next rent? Would it help you if I showed you how to put the kids twice a week in daycare? Like, I'm babysitting tomorrow, 2 kids under 2. So I'm like, this is the second time and I'm barely doing it with the 2 schedules but I'm pretty good. Like, I'm actually so good. I'm so proud of myself. But my God, like, daycare is expensive. Go with the real stuff that people need. So what's executive? So, right, you've put down your date. I'm sure everyone's got some sort of a deadline or whatever. And which is really good. You want to give yourself a goal and a date. But are you overcomplicating it? Yes, know your numbers. Speak to 10 people to enroll 1. Enroll about 8 to create 1 or 2 consultants. I think it's about that. Normally we'll say 10 out of 10. So out of 10 people you speak with, you enroll 1. Out of 10 people you enroll, you have 1 consultant. But it tends to get a lot easier, and it doesn't have to be this stat if you girls work together. I do so many calls for people and 3-way calls that there's no stat. The stats are not 1 in 10. I can create like 5 consultants out of 10 associates I speak with. And you guys having Corinne and Rachel and Bianca and like, you know, they can help you heaps, and you guys can help each other because you all have such individual stories. You may not want to tell your story about it. You may want to use someone else's story on this. So exec, 10 people that want to eat for free. Why don't we focus, instead of the numbers of like enroll 10, maybe get, you know, out of that create 1 consultant, why don't we focus on, out of these next 10 people I'm going to enroll, how many would really like to eat this stuff for free? And actually authentically with a serious face ask them, would it help you if you got these products paid for this month? Because I can really show you how, and I don't want you to miss out on this because I know how much it helped me when I first got told that I can get my products paid for. And when you ask them, like, do you have 2 friends? Instead of saying that, I really like to say, hey, do you know anyone right now that's struggling a little bit, like with energy, perhaps at work, they don't really know what to eat? Are they struggling for time? Like, do you know anyone that's always complaining they don't have time to eat well? Or perhaps the kids, you know, like, do you have anyone right now that's always getting sick? Like, you know, do you know anyone? Because I'd love to just speak to them and just tell them about this. And together we can call them up and we can just tell them, and they can always give it a go. I mean, we just tell them it's a 30-day money back guarantee. I mean, they can always just try it. It doesn't have to be this awkward chat. It's like, whoa, you know, someone's struggling. Of course you want to tell them about something. Hell yeah. Like, if I know things are like cheaper at Countdown instead of what do you guys have, Pack and Save? Yeah, I'm like, go to Countdown, like go to Pack and Save if it's cheaper there, right? Like, that's what we do that. It's so normal. Like, so let's make it more normal. Let's help 10 people eat for free. And let's not do it in 6 months. Let's do it in the next 2 months. Let's do it in the next 1 month. Like, who's stopping you? I'm not stopping you. Did that kind of open up? Because all I want you guys to just open up your minds a little bit. You know, like, no one's putting any limit on you. Not Corinne, not myself, no one. You know?
Massive. massive freedom in that way of speech. I love it. It just comes down to keeping it simple, doesn't it? We can so easily get lost in complication of over complicating things, especially when we've got so much happening. We've got so much momentum going on over here at the moment, Mara, where we have a big group blitz that's kicking off tomorrow that we've all been building on over the last couple of weeks. And I know that for a lot of the girls and myself and everybody else included, although there are simple systems to helping people get started, there's always that feeling of overwhelm because you're doing things at a faster pace. But just hearing what you're sharing is just going to be able to bring so much more clarity to people around who are 10 people that would like to eat for free, and really bringing it to what matters most in that person's world. And it's building that connection with people, right? Asking them,
did that help, girls? I'd love to see like some hands up with the 10 people for free. It helped 10 people eat for free? Awesome. And just having like super normal, genuine conversations like, look, got this, would love to show you how you can also, you could obviously recommend it. You're not like the guinea pig of the company where you have to do it and then your friends will do it. Let me invite you into our page on Facebook. You guys have like a page, right, where you post before and afters and stuff like that. That's all you need to do. Because remember, you're just a messenger. So if you just add that person, say, look, instead of you just saying, let me wait until I share with my friends, let me add you into our Facebook group, or wait, you're already in our Facebook group where you can see the before and afters. Why don't you show your friends this page? Either add them in it, or let them see, because you know what? Yeah, they might see you, but they might see someone tomorrow on this page and be like, heck yes, I want to start tomorrow. Don't take that away from them. You're not their guinea pig. They don't have to see you do this 30 days. Because a lot of people say that, oh, I'm not going to share this. Let me see how my results are. I'm like, as if I'm the guinea pig for every single person and body type. Come on. Like, my results are so unique. They're probably, you guys know me. I'm pretty much, I maintain all year round. My results are not very good for the majority. They just aren't, because it was very little weight loss. For me, it was more toning. And I'm like, even now, I don't even have those goals anymore. I love to stay toned, but I don't want to be like super muscular. I love to have a feminine body. I love my hips. I love a bit of cellulite. Freaking love that shit. Like, whatever. I'm like, something to grab on. Like, hell yes. Good fat. So I've got different body goals now. I'm just all about maintenance and stuff like that. So don't think of yourself, or teach your people when you get them started, when they come up to you with those limiting thoughts of like, oh, I think I better start before I tell my friends. Encourage them to invite their friends on those prospecting pages, we call them, right? I'm sure you guys have one. I have one. It's called Healthy Habits. Yeah, Rachel's like thumbs up. I think I added a couple of you guys in there as well. But it's, if you've got a page where you guys post before and afters, add your friends in there. They're going to be like, what the heck is this? Here's the secret with adding people to pages like that where they can get interest. Stay organized. Have a little table, write the names down, because the amount of times I've added like 10 people here and two people on a Wednesday, and then I didn't even write them down. So who was I going to follow up with the next week? Dickhead. So make sure you write down people's names. Even if you add one today, in 2 days, go, hey, how to enjoy the page. Aren't the results absolutely mad? Aren't the results incredible? It's not only going to get them like, oh crap, if they didn't check it, they're going to go and check it. But it's also a really easy follow-up for you guys to do. It's not like, hey, have you still been thinking about starting that? It's more like, hey, have you seen the results? Have you seen like the recipes? Have you seen like the videos? Isn't it so motivating? Like, isn't the group so cool? Like, is everyone, yeah. I actually written a bit of an action plan on that, Corinne. If you want, I'll send it to you guys to do as a little mini training. I trained that to like over like 100 people in 1 week.
Yeah, I'd love that. Send it over,
okay,
please. That would be fantastic. I'll post that up in our
I even written down what to say when you're following up. So you guys just copy and paste that, use it. But it's all about the simplicity. That page is like, you are the messenger. That page is that middle bit where you don't have to do any of the work, because it's all visual. Put those people to see the visuals, like weight loss, energy and performance and that, they're going to ask, they're going to be like, what is that? What are they doing? And you're not telling them or anything. It's like, you know, I'm just in this page and we're all started on this program. It's really motivating because we're doing it together and we offer each other support. Some people we don't even know, we still support everyone. And it's exciting, and that's why we keep the group secret or whatever, but it's mostly because we want just pure love in here. Hell yeah. And everyone, like, no one says no to me. No one says, oh, that's awkward. No one, it's so normal. We've got to make it so normal. Like, hey, let me give you a call. What would you like? We've got chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. Like, why don't we talk about it like normal freaking human beings? It's just like, it's just my food, man. Like, I eat it. I feel great. Hell yeah, I'm going to be on this for a long time. Like, it's like you're telling me not to eat my broccoli, my apple, and my main vitamins in my day. Would you do that to your body? No. So then I'm not doing that. And I'm getting it in the cleanest sauce, cold pressed with live enzyme, makes my body go crazy happy. Like, hell yeah, I'm gonna have this at least once a day, man. Like, I don't go without my one day, you know, shake once a day. Again, some people have those, you know, we're going into now like what people limit themselves to thinking, but it's like people say that, well, what are you going to be on the shake forever? And I was like, look, I'm pretty damn sure if they could have invented this nutritional meal in the shape of a burger, they would have done it by now. But it comes in the shape of a shake. It's really yum. It's chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate mint. Choose. If they were, you know, like if they would have invented it in the shape of a freaking crisp, I'm sure we would have bought the crisp because you knew what was coming in it. So again, when I talk to people now about cetogenics, it's mostly education, and it's mostly about helping them change their perception to how they see food. I tell people up front, look, 50 years ago, especially in Romania, holy crap, everything was organic in the garden. Even I grew up with that. I used to take the tomatoes off the plant. I used to dig the potatoes if I wanted to make a mash, eggs, chickens, like everything I would get fresh. That's how I grew up. So I've always been so in touch with food. Today, sorry, but I live in Australia. There's sand everywhere. So my veggies grow in, I don't know, some dunes. Where do they grow? Like, I don't think there's a lot of nutrition in there. At least you guys in New Zealand have awesome minerals in your soil because you've got all that volcanic soil there. But like Australia, no thanks. So I'm like, I'm missing out on a whole heap of stuff. And so, hell yeah, you're telling me that if I give you this awesome smoothie, chocolate, vanilla, I'm not going to go through all of them again. And I'm going to tell you there's everything in there that your body needs to really function fantastically, where you don't have to worry about your weight going up and down. You don't have to worry so much about your stress, and you can just feel really, really good, sleep well, and just function from this space where you've got natural energy. You're telling me you're not going to have it?
There's just so much beauty in your posture, Mara, that I know you've got so much excitement in it. I just love the energy that you bring to everything. And I was recently talking to like a heap of girls about this before, just reading in Peter's book, Earth is Hiring, like, bring more fun. And if there's really anything I think we can all get from you so far, if there's anything we can take away, it's stepping into the next business week. Have fun and talk to people on a real level, like, be real. I know you're all about that. Don't be attached
to the result. Don't be attached to the result. Have fun with the person, get to know them. And I always say to people, I'm like, honestly, what have you got to lose? Like, send it back. Be my guest. I'll help you pack the stuff and send it back. Like, who, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? Like, just give it a go. Like, so the more you're detached to the result, the better. But yeah, Peter's book is amazing because it talks so much about your values, your gatekeepers. That was probably my favorite chapter, because especially us as women, we constantly break those gatekeepers. We break them because we forget, and we just want to give it all, and we just do so much more than we should be doing, and then we're always helping someone out, and then we want to make sure everyone's okay, and then we cut ourselves, we make ourselves hurt, because then we spend way too much time with someone else, and then that's when we did something that wasn't really aligned with our values. As long as you feel good about when you take ISA and it feels good to you and it feels good for you to share it, and you're doing it in your own way, that's what I want you to do. my way is fun. I'm crazy. And guess what? That's the kind of people I attract, right? Like each and every single one of you will attract different people. Like someone that Corinne will attract will be very different to someone what Alice would attract. And so there's an abundance of people for everyone. There's not that Mara can attract more people. I can probably attract more people on the dance floor. That's why they call me the party starter. But it's the people that will relate to me are not going to be the people that will relate to you. That's why you're special to be that messenger, because you can have this influence in your own community, in your own family. It's crazy how it happens too. It's like wildfire, but it's in a good way, in a positive way that just spreads out. Even me, like I probably started off close to maybe 300 people, which ended up growing into over 13,000 something people. I'm like, I had no control over that. How the hell was I supposed to know this little Romanian kid that was just here for a few years was gonna have like such a network? Hell no. No one knows that, but this will happen to every single one of you. Here's another thing. Every single one of you, if you have your ordership on a minimum of 100 BV every single month and you just stay paid as a consultant, you will end up becoming a millionaire. At one point, it will become like, you guys need to understand this. The only secret with this is you just don't quit. And the other thing is what I love with Isagenix. And at the beginning was, you know, even me, it was like quantity, lots and lots and lots of enrollments, because we thought that's what was going to be it. But recently, because I've been so much more present with the person, where I actually ask the real questions, is there something that you've got coming up in terms of a bill that's stressing you out? Tell me honestly, do you go to bed? Do you put your head on the pillow and you stress about something? If you do, between you and me, I want to freaking help you with that. I'm going to show you everything that you can do with this. Do you trust me? Awesome. Let's do it. Let's get on a call. Give me 10 minutes of you being present with me, and I'm going to show you how we can do this. And I'm going to give you 10 calls. I'm going to make time for you in 3 nights in a row. And we're going to do 10 calls with 10 people. We're going to get this done. It's not hard. Like you can create 2 consultants a week if you wanted. You just focused on 2 people a week and giving them 5 calls each. Because you as a leader know how to talk about Isagenix, know about, you know, that's all. Like, what if you organized your week in that way? Hey, today I'm going to focus on Corinne and Bianca, and I'm going to get them to consultant. And I'm going to say, hey, can we talk? Can you bring me 10 numbers, 5, you know, doesn't have to be even that much. So now I'm all about quality, because right now when I connect with people, I freaking like look in their eyes and it's like it hits the soul. It does. And I'm like, look, I'm going to tell you honestly, this is me. I don't come from this rich family, nothing. I built this all, like I had my own limited thoughts. I've gone through all the hardships. We've all, like, you know, all the bullying and everything. And let me tell you, like, this is your life, and I want to help you make it even that little bit better. Please let me show you how to do this. And because I create the relationship with them, now it's not enrolling 10 people, it's enrolling 1 people that within the last month I took to manager. So, and then now they're going direct and then executive. So it's not about me starting 100 people off. It's about maybe me starting off 5 people. If I take 5 people to executive in the next 6 months, I'm like, I get to you guys, this is what you need to understand. Oh my God, this is so big. It's all about it's all about the quality. It is not about the quantity. Paul and Suzanne enrolled 60 people, and within that downline, they started making the millionaires, reaching down. Not even people they enrolled. 60 people they enrolled. That's nothing. Like, I did 5 times more than that. You know, like it's all about the quality, and it's about taking care of every single person. And yes, there's still the stats, and 80% will share, and only 15 will share a little, and only 5 will really go for it. But I truly believe now that if you truly connect with the person, and you go like, honestly, babe, tell me, have you got something coming up next week? You don't have to wait. You're not the guinea pig to get the results. We've got hundreds of results. Can you really tell me you don't know even one person that's really struggling right now with work, with food, with weight, with energy? And they can't tell me no. They're always going to give me a name or 2. It's just impossible not to. But it's about you. Again, tomorrow you're Isagenix millionaire. Is that how you're going to talk to someone? Or you're going to lower, you know, and then be in this like, oh, can I really do this? Can I really talk to people about this? You can talk to people about this. Just because you're not there yet doesn't mean it's not possible for them. Don't take that away from them. Okay, wait, I'm getting so many chats. I'm going to start reading
People
them.
are vibing so much on what you're saying about that quality and giving people your time and asking them the questions. And
yeah, how do you get those people to get 1 or 2 people on the phone with you? This call is so good. I use the middle. Remember, I'm the messenger. I use that page where the before and afters are and everything like that. I'm going to show you guys what I do with that. I'll copy and paste. I'll send it to Corinne and you guys can have that in your beautiful group and page or whatever that is. And so I use that, and I encourage my personal enrolled to add a few friends or a few people in that group. I let them sit there for a day or two and just say, hey, this is a supportive health group that I'm part of. And I just thought it's so inspiring. I remember you mentioning that you were also looking for energy. Again, I don't know exactly if you've told them about us before, or if you didn't, or if you just wanted to say, hey, I'd love your support with in a page. We've got a few people that are really doing a few health transformations or body transformations. And there's so much love and support in there. I thought you might want to go in there as well. Again, I'm going to give you the action plan I have, because I'll prospect from other Facebook pages that are anything with fitness, shoes, drinking wine. There's so many pages on Facebook like girls are part of. Advice, there's one called Advice. I can add, if I wanted from one of those groups, I could add at least 5 to 10 people a day if I wanted in my prospecting page. 2 days later, I messaged them, hey, I'm also part of this other page I think you would love. It's all about health, fitness, results. If you'd like, I could add you to it. But I'll send you guys that action plan so you guys can have that and use it. But yes, personally encourage them that they don't have to be the guinea pig where they have to get the results now before they tell friends, to add their friends that they already can think about, even if it's 1 or 2, to add them into this prospecting page as such, to start seeing the results. And just say, hey, that's what I started doing. I just thought maybe you'd like to support me, and this is the page I'm part of. It can be as simple as that. And then once they've seen that, that's when you follow up. And I've written a few examples on how to follow up. And that's when I'll say, okay, let's get them on a call. And I prefer now, I do FaceTime, because I just know 100% if they see this excited face, even if they end up saying no, they're still going to have a beautiful experience, because I'm real. I tell them authentically my story. I'm like, I can smile, frown, laugh, go, Cardi B on them, and then just have fun. So it's like I'm a normal person connecting with another person that might just have something similar to me, and just be like, babe, exactly the same thing. I'm so glad that Corinne told you about this page. And yeah, I started this product 5 years ago, but yeah, I couldn't imagine my life without them right now. I know it sounds cheesy, but heck, like I have that shake and I'm literally on fire. I'm productive with work. I have so much energy. I don't worry about what I eat anymore. I can have, a glass of wine and feel good about it. And I just, honestly, if there's something that I can recommend, anything more than just to give it a try, being risk-free, because you can send it back if you want, there's nothing else that I'd be like, you've got nothing to lose. That's how I talk to people. Like, that's it. It's pretty much, that's all I say. Like, does that make sense? Like, I just make it so exciting and normal and like risk-free, man. Just risk-free. Like, what have you got to lose apart from a few inches? So
let's see some hands up who thinks they can bring some more excitement when they're talking to people, because we all know that energy matches energy, right? And like Mara, you've said so beautifully, there's so many people out there that are looking for what Isagenix offers, and we need to bring that energy. We've got the energy, right? We use the products. Let's gift that to other people in our spiritual energy, our vibes that we give to other people. Let's deliver that. Bring more fun into
love, fun, excitement, and just keep it short. Just be like, yeah, man, just try it. Like, guys talk like that. Why can't we do it? Like, because if there's one thing I'm jealous about guys having, is that nothing box where you actually ask them like, hey, what are you thinking about? And they say nothing, and it's actually true. Like, they have this thing in their brains. It's called nothing box. We don't have that. Damn.
No, it definitely doesn't exist in our world.
No,
There's always
no.
something going on in there.
Hey, Corinne, I'm going to send that. And look, I mean, we can always do a couple more calls, or I can come and do something that's just more based on one subject. But at the end of the day, the reason why, I mean, I really enjoyed this call because Corinne didn't even send me questions or anything. I was like ready for anything, and I love it anyway. So I'm like, whatever, I'm ready for anything. But as you guys can see, we're not teaching you, we're not coaching sales techniques, nothing like that. At the end of the day, all that really matters is how you go about it, how you feel about it, your intention that you set yourself up with every single day or before you do your Isagenix work, whether it's 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And that is all connected, because then you feel good when you share it. Your posture's here, right? Just think of me if you really need to. Just be like, okay, just pretend I'm Isagenix millionaire today. How would I talk about Isagenix? Where would my posture be? Would I actually tell someone this is really possible for them? Or would I be like, oh, well, I just started. Like, who cares? You just started, but you know what's possible because I'm doing it and Corinne's doing it and everyone else is doing it, and it's possible for you too, right? So everything is connected, and then when you feel good, you can do really good work. And then when you feel good, your vibration's up here, and then you're also attracting the people that you cannot even say the wrong thing to them because they're going to still love you, right? Like, I say some pretty, I mean, come on, you guys, look at, I mean, my language is very colloquial. Like, I literally, it's very normal. I probably still say things in the wrong way. My English is probably not even perfect. Like, who cares? Stop worrying about everything. Stop worrying about other people think. Stop worrying about how you said it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It matters that your intention was pure, that you truly wanted to tell them about it. You're just the messenger. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Yes, do organize yourself. Whether it's one person a week, you want to create a consultant and just get a few people that you can together call and add in these prospecting pages and see if they want to get started. Yes, do get organized. Do have your numbers. Do add people in this prospecting page. At least I would say if you want to go for executive, I would add at least 30 a week. I'm not kidding. But again, I want you guys to really think of the quantity, not the quality. Set up, be real with them. Just say, look, I'm not here yet, but I can tell you what's possible with this, and I can show you exactly how to do this. And stop limiting yourself. Okay, like, you guys got to understand, an opportunity like this is really, really, really rare. Okay, online businesses nowadays, there's other companies out there that do this, but their products is not something you want to consume every single day, every single month, and feel bloody great from it as if you're high on something that was not legal. There's not. If you've got a hobby and you love doing it, that's awesome. But how much money is that gonna also bring back, you know? And even with Isagenix, we do so much coaching, we do so much actually for free. I'm not being paid. Like, if I share a 30-day cleanse, I get paid $25 for it. The coaching I'm doing in checking in with that person is so much more. Like, I could then be charging like, oh, because I'm coaching you throughout this whole thing and mindset and everything. So this is here's the thing. It's so easy to do, but it's so easy not to do. The secret with Isagenix is that if you're just constant, and if you're just always adding at least one, doing your absolute minimum, write down right now in your books, what is your absolute minimum that you want to expect from yourself to do every single day. Perhaps it's add 1 to 3 people in this prospecting page where people can see the results. Perhaps it's find another friend on Instagram or Facebook that has said something about health or wanting to start something up. So write your minimum, and I want you guys to do the absolute minimum, but daily. If not daily, what are the days do you do Isagenix? Is it Monday to Friday? Is it Friday to Monday? I don't care what it is, because even normally when we coach people, it's like, let me show you what you can do a minimum amount of time, hence why I'm going to send you this action plan. Please just remind me, because that's what I want from people. There's no judgment. A lot of people are busy. Sometimes we still have jobs. Sometimes we have kids or boyfriends, which also take a lot of time. I know if I had one, it would take a lot of my time, which is really annoying because I like so, and have fun with this. And I want to to touch on one more thing, but I think it skipped my mind. I just want to give you guys as much value as possible so that you can just literally not sleep tonight. No, I want you guys to sleep tonight, but you probably won't sleep tonight until later because you'll have so much energy now. But I just want you guys to really just go for it and just stop the limitations, stop being silly about it. Stop being silly about it. Go for it. Nobody is stopping you. Nobody. And nobody's stopping you. And that's what I want you guys to think. There's not much out there that can do this. Oh yeah, I just remember what I was going to say. I've arrived at a point. This is what I want you guys to think. This is how I want you guys to also talk to people. There's some people that still have dreams and goals in life. And at some point, I always dreamt I was going to be the next Ellen or have something similar to what she's doing. And this is the first year I've started putting the work into creating something like that in Australia. Now, I would have not been able to do that if I didn't have the time and the money. And so, yes, I'm going back to my journalistic roots because I just want to bring some fucking I want to bring some happy news to the world and help people focus on better, awesome people that are doing awesome, beautiful things around the planet instead of just focusing on the problems and on all the stuff they're doing. But I would have not done this without us, you guys. No freaking way. I would have had to ask all these people for money and probably do nasty things for that. And God knows, come on. I'm joking about it, but it's true. So you guys, we can be fiery, independent, powerful women with this. And if this is the vehicle, give it 100%. Give it 100% and see what happens. Prove it to yourself what you're able to do. And the only secret with this is at least your minimum a day. If you do, I promise you, if you do your minimum a day, there is no way you're not going to enroll at least one person a week. Listen, if you do your minimum a day, I promise you, and then you get help from the group with calls and everything like that, help each other out. We're stronger together. I promise you, there's no way you're not going to enroll at least one person weekly, which is such a nice thing because you can just focus on that one person a week. And of course, WPRB is great, but let's get this relationships going. So, okay, that's it. I'm going to.
Just so much value. And I'm so glad we've recorded this. We can go back and rewatch it because there's so much to pick out and take from it. I'm going to send you a message, Mara, to remind you to send us that template that you use. But I know from all the girls, we're so, so grateful. If we could just get a group picky before we round this out, I'd love that so much. So anyone that can turn on their camera, please do. Get your smiley faces on, girls. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yay! Amazing. Thanks so much, Mara.
Hey,